A blessed Monday to all. Today's gospel reading actually sounds familiar, precisely because a few weeks ago, I think, we have also read from the version of St. Mark's Gospel about the same episode. Actually, it's a good thing to have occasions like this because there are certain things that we have to put things together as we are getting to be familiar with the three Gospels or the so-called Synoptic Gospels. If we recall, in the Gospel of St. Mark, this blind man, the very setting is the same, this blind man was given a name, Bartimaeus. Luke does not give a name to this blind man. However, in Matthew's version, there were two blind men instead of one. But the most beautiful thing is, after gaining their sight or after seeing again, usahay dangerous kaayo kay naay version nga akong nabasa. What do you want me to do? Please, I would like to see again. No? To see again means nakakita dahil siya sa una, niya nabuta, niya makakita na pag-usab. And I think the beautiful translation is what we have read today. No? Let me see. No, aron makakita ko. Dili aron makakita ko pag-usab. I think that is in the translation of the Cebuano. But anyway, after regaining the sight, after receiving the vision in a way, they follow the Lord. No, that is one of the most beautiful thing that this episode is talking about. Another point about the importance of this episode is St. Luke is very particular about the names or the titles that are used in the gospel reading today. The crowd, when they were asked by the blind man what is happening, they told him that Jesus of Nazareth is passing by. Now we are expecting that the blind man would also shout, Jesus of Nazareth, have pity on me. But there is a substantial change of the greeting or of the plea, because the blind man did not use Jesus of Nazareth, but he used Jesus, son of David. Now what's the difference? From the gospel perspective, the title for Jesus as son of David is a very special title. It describes about his role as the Messiah. In other words, using the title is an expression of deep faith as compared to Jesus of Nazareth, which is just a description of from where Jesus was. It's actually an address of an acquaintance. In fact, I happened to come across with this interesting discussion during the review for the comprehensive exams of the fourth-year theology seminarians this semester. And there is a thesis statement there that talks about the Jesus of history, or the historical Jesus, and the Jesus of the faith. Now, the very simple distinction between the historical Jesus and the Jesus of the faith is the historical Jesus tries to establish, for example, details about how he looks like, unsa katas ayang ilong, kulot ba siyang buhok, no? And to that effect, it's connected with identifying Jesus from where he came from. So that point from the crowd actually is a sense of the historical Jesus. But this is also good, because historical Jesus means Jesus really existed. He was not just created out of the whim of the writer. But the most important thing is, apart from knowing who this historical Jesus is the faith dimension. Kinsa man gyud si Jesus nga taga Nazaret alang kanimo. And this is now where the Son of David title becomes a very significant emphasis. It is an expression of faith. It is a belief, a strong, actually confidence of the role of Jesus as the Messiah. And how does the Gospel of Matthew begin? With the concept of Jesus as Messiah. When he started his ministry, when he opened the scroll in the synagogue that was handed to him, what was read was, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to give sight to the blind." No? So this is now a very beautiful connection to it. So the Messiahship of the Lord, the one that is acknowledged by this blind man, is actually an expression that he has put a faith that Jesus can make him see, can cure him. Now, what is this for us? Simple. We know and we hear about so many things said about Jesus. Daghan kay tang nahibalaan kung kinsa si Jesus. But the greater challenge is, who or what is Jesus really to us in terms of our expression? Dili ba nga magsunod-sunod lang ta, abi kay giingon ni kuan, mao po na siya. No? At least we give a little dimension to who Jesus is in our lives. And I'd like you to take a look into this, into how we address Him in our prayers. And dili lang sa pagkuan, no? Pagpasigharbo man in a way. Every time I address my prayer to Him, I call Him Kuya. Kay wa bang ko'y maguwang, ako may kamaguwangan. That is what I need in my life, no? So whenever I talk to Him in my prayers, bisag dali-dali usahay nga pag-agpo, I never fail to address Him as Kuya. And that is who Jesus is for me. Now, who is Jesus for you? Amen.